Go ahead and hang up.
Why?
Go ahead and hang up.
They want to seize my phone, but I'm not under arrest for it.
Stop. Don't interrupt me.
What does that have to do with my device?
Go ahead and hand me the phone.
I'm letting go. I promise.
We just want your phone.
Oh my God! I'm filing the case as soon as I get off this floor. I trusted you. That's why I came.
Not hand me your phone.
I'm not serious right now. I just got out of high school and you are scaring me. And you're smiling. This is funny to you?
Welcome back, where Kelly and I are reacting to another arrest video. We're told that this one is based in Illinois, and also that someone goes way overboard and there's a lawsuit as a result of this. So you're gonna see our live reaction, and then at the end, we're gonna give you a grade. We're gonna give a grade for all parties involved, and how do they conduct themselves, both legally and as human beings, as they go through this interaction. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like normal police.
On February 9th, 2023, normal police officers brought 18-year-old Taylor Brown to the station. They were investigating a fire at Taylor's apartment that morning. The video shows Officer Cunningham of the Normal Police Department attempting to seize her phone for the fire investigation. Taylor Brown can be heard talking with her mother on the phone, who is a Chicago police officer.
All right, who are you on the phone with?
This is normal Illinois.
So we're gonna have to seize your phone. So go ahead and hang up.
Seize my phone for what?
Go ahead and hang up.
Why?
Go ahead and hang up.
They want to seize my phone, but I'm not under arrest for it.
You're not under arrest, but your phone's gonna be seized.
No.
You're gonna hang up the phone.
I seized my phone, but I'm not in custody.
Listen.
There's three of them all around me.
So listen.
FaceTime you for a second.
You listen for a second. So the fire's gonna be under investigation.
That's fine.
Okay, and we're gonna seize your phone.
Why?
Because the fire's under investigation.
I need to know why my
So you can hand me the phone, or I can take the phone.
But I need to know why my phone's being. They're not telling me a reason why my phone's being.
I just did.
But you said it's under investigation, which I
So listen to me. The fire.
Wouldn't they need a warrant?
It's gonna be under investigation, and your phone's gonna be seized.
Is Shay?
Yes, everybody's phone's being seized.
Or place her under arrest.
Oh no, because you.
If they place her under arrest, they could take the phone like an inventory, but they couldn't just like go through it without her consent.
Right. I think that's right.
Or a warrant, yeah.
Right. Place her under arrest, get the warrant, and then do the data dump from the phone, which I'm not super knowledgeable about, but I know that there's absolutely software. They plug it in and they get everything, metadata, everything. From a phone.
Yeah,
so,
it's an extraction report. You can see like text messages, even if they were deleted. Snapchat, it's insane. I've seen an extraction report.
Yeah, I've seen a few before too. It's wild. So yeah, something weird right off the bat here, and the officers
Gonna use physical force to seize her phone without a warrant.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem right.
Yep, and now I know why we're watching a video. Let's see what happens.
You never told me that my phone would be seized when I got here. She didn't tell me that.
Okay, and when I got here, the detective wasn't here. We were waiting for the detective, so the detective's gonna seize your phone.
No one told me any of this.
Okay.
You told me that you were about to take me home.
Okay. So I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. So you can hang up. You can hang up the phone with, and I can take you home. Yep.
So. No, they're not taking my phone and letting me leave. I don't know what I'm finna. It's 4 a.m. I can't go without my phone.
Well, how is she gonna go?
Right, where am I gonna go without my phone? If I do the interview?
That's up to you.
No, you're not doing the interview.
Well, if I do the interview,
You can go do the interview, but your phone's gonna currently be seized.
Can I talk to him first? Can he come down here?
Nope, we're not gonna do that. So you can hang up the phone, or I'm gonna take the phone. That's how this is gonna work.
Oh, absolutely not.
So
she said hang up the phone and they're gonna take the phone because at this point I'm being threatened.
it's not a threat. I've asked you several times, and you're just gonna go back and forth with me.
A reason as to why my phone is being.
See the guy in the back rubbing his head. He's like, "Oh God, what's going on here?"
He's like, "I didn't want to actually work today."
Right, or maybe he doesn't like what the other officer's saying. Like maybe he's realizing what we're realizing, but he hasn't stepped in or done anything.
Yeah.
But he definitely looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, my suggestion too would be right now, like it's our belief with the information that we have that the officers don't have the right to seize the phone, right?
Right.
But you're not going to argue and win that issue in the lobby of this police department surrounded by other police officers.
Right.
Like you should just cooperate and then let your attorney argue for you in court.
Yes, ideally, but I don't know. I don't know that I'd give him my phone up.
No?
I'm not saying I'm like gonna punch the cop in the face, right, when he tries to take it, but I don't know that I'm giving it
If
my
they
phone right now.
threaten to physically take it from you?
Yeah, I'd say, well then, it's not fair. I'm sitting in an office as a lawyer, right? But I don't know that I would give it up right now. No.
Right
don't.
now.
Right. Not yet. No. I mean, again, I'm not going to start throwing punches in order to protect my phone because you're right. You lose you give up the phone, you lose that small battle, you probably win the war in court. But at the same time, me personally, I don't think I'm giving it.
Yeah, I just wouldn't suffer any like physical altercation over my phone.
Right. Well, hopefully she doesn't either.
Yeah.
So the fire is going to be under investigation by the fire department. So stop. Don't interrupt me.
What does that have to do with my device?
So don't interrupt me. The fire is going to be under investigation.
Don't ever tell me not to interrupt you and I've been this calm.
So the phone's going to be seized. So in a second, I'm going to take
That's
it.
what I'm asking you. I'm
So if
asking
you-
you a reason.
so
I'm
if-
not being rebuttal. I'm asking you a reason.
So if you
I
would like
hate
to talk to the
this.
detective, you-
I hate when police do this. Like, I'm not going to argue with you, but I am going to sit here and argue with you for the next 20 minutes.
Right.
Like, just take action or don't.
Yeah. So there's a fire under investigation. They can be in the process of getting a warrant and being fearful, or the argument would be that she could be destroying evidence. And so they would be, it's like locking down a house, right?
Sure.
Surrounding the house, nobody come in, nobody come out while we get the warrant, right?
Yeah.
So no evidence is destroyed. Maybe that's the approach they're going here, but she hasn't said that. She said kind of the opposite of that, which is you're not under arrest, but it's mine now.
Right. If they have enough to believe that there's something on the phone in regards what I'm assuming is arson, right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, right.
Then they would need to have something to believe that there's exigent circumstances to exist that she's going to delete the evidence. And
Yes.
yeah, there's better ways to go about it, like maybe take her into custody or...
So if nothing else, the communication from the officer at this point has been terrible.
Yeah,
Right?
kind of another ego issue.
Maybe. Yeah, or just a hasty, give me that because I said so issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which maybe is ego. Let's see.
Why is my phone being seized?
If you would like to talk to the detective that is seizing it, you can.
Yeah.
Do you wish to talk to him?
Yeah, but
Do you want to give an interview?
At least get a...
no, I
Those are
want
two separate
Two
issues.
separate. Thank you. Yes, two separate things. Do I want to talk to him and tell me and explain to me his legal basis for taking my phone? Yes.
Do I want to give a statement?
Maybe not.
No.
Probably not. Right.
Right.
That's two different things. So, good point.
She says she could take me home, but without my phone. That doesn't make sense. It sounds like there's
So are you going to talk to the detective?
no. I need everyone to come and tell me why my phone's being seized because no one told me this until right now.
Okay.
Right this second.
So
Because it seems like
that the
he's
question.
being petty.
So the question.
No, it seems like he's being petty because he woke
Okay.
up and I want to do the interview.
So
'Cause this wasn't
so
fair.
the
This
question. So
can't
the
be
question
fair.
is: are
As a
you
matter
going to
of
talk to the
As a
detective?
matter of fact, are you recording this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to talk to the detective and provide an interview? Yes or no?
Is that with or without the phone?
Without the phone. The phone's being seized. Are you talking to the detective or no?
Is the phone being
I don't know.
Also, I just want to note here, this is a very ham-handed way of convincing a witness or suspect to speak.
I don't recognize that old-fashioned term.
Ham-handed, gee willikers. The officer's goal is to convince this person to speak with the detective. That's probably the most valuable thing because we just talked about how the phone data is going to be there.
Right.
And they can get their hands on it with a warrant
Yeah,
eventually.
whether she deletes whatever.
Whether she deletes it or not, right? So if the officer was stopping to think about it, I would assume that the number one goal, the overarching goal, is to have this person sit down and give some statements to the detective. She's just walking herself backwards from that.
Right. If the officer was smart, she realizes that what she cares most about right now is the phone. She just said, do you want to talk to the detective and figure out why he's taking your phone? Yes. Get them in an interview room. They just said she's not under arrest, so Miranda's not even triggered.
Right.
And try and get her to talk with the detective.
Yeah.
That's not my question.
I need an answer to that before I get
So the question is: are you going to provide an interview?
No.
No. Okay.
Unless
Go ahead and hand me the phone.
I have to know if my
Go,
phone is
nope.
being seized.
Go ahead and hand me the phone.
Ooh, to the ground. She smacked her head, it looked like.
Relax.
Mom, I'm not letting go. I promise.
Relax.
Mom, I'm not letting go. I
Relax.
promise.
We just want your phone. That's it.
We just
okay?
want your phone.
They're trying to give me with no protection.
Yeah, this is so over the top.
The sheer number of officers against her. 3 officers to one little
Right.
adult or 18-year-old.
Well, poor mom, who's, an hour and a half away in Chicago having to listen to this.
Right.
Give me your hand, Taylor.
Which way we rolling?
Give me your hand. I almost.
I'm going to keep doing the pressure point until you let go. Let go.
Got this hand?
Release your hand.
Also, all three of these officers think that this is the right way to go.
Yeah, I know.
I got her elbow out.
All right, I'll put the hand.
Right here. I got her wrist.
Got it. Last cuff.
This is how my kids fight over a toy that they don't want to share.
I got her arm.
Oh my God, y'all put me in cuffs now.
Okay.
Hold on.
I want you to think about how you're doing another black woman.
Okay.
Where you gonna
Relax. Relax.
You just put me in handcuffs and I came down here willingly.
Can you hear a double lock?
I came down here willingly.
All right, that's a little bit of piece of the puzzle, right? They called her in, she shows up without an attorney. That's a mistake. She hasn't even made it past the lobby.
Right.
And the first thing they do is try to seize the phone for someone who came there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it changes the dynamic other than it's just a weird way of handling an investigation.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it seems to me like they're not doing their job and going to a judge and getting a search warrant, or they don't have enough to do it.
Yeah, and so they just take it by force.
Yeah, terrible idea.
Get off of me.
Stay down.
Nope.
Stay
Relax.
Down. Stay down.
Get me off the fucking floor.
Relax.
Stay down.
Why am I on the floor?
All right, Taylor. Okay, we're gonna roll this way.
Why
Ready?
are you pinning me on the floor?
We're gonna get you up. Relax.
Pin
Relax.
me up like I'm a fucking human.
We're rolling left. We're going my way. Roll my way.
We're going your
Roll
way.
my way. All right, stand up. Go to your knees, Taylor.
And y'all just okay with this, all of y'all.
That was a really good point that she just made. Like, all of you are okay with this. There's not one person that's saying, is this right? Is this legal? Was this force that we just used upon this woman reasonable?
There was no threat, right? Like, none of the officers were threatened physically.
Yeah, she doesn't have a weapon.
Right. And so now, what is our guess in terms of, because she's under arrest now for resisting or something, right? I mean, that's all it can be.
Or obstructing their investigation for failure to turn over the phone, which they're alleging they have the right to seize.
Right.
Because they're also investigating the phone.
Yeah. Well, so that actually is a good point. I love that this is in Illinois, where we are. The statute in Illinois is resisting or obstructing, right?
Correct.
They're combined in one, and they don't differentiate. The idea here might be like, you can't resist arrest if you weren't under arrest in the first place. They were just grabbing her phone. They weren't arresting her, right?
Or if they didn't have the lawful right to arrest her, what are they arresting her for?
Right.
I mean,
in other states might be different, but Illinois
Yeah.
has drafted it where it's resisting or obstructing.
They could be thinking in their minds that they're arresting her for failure to abide by a lawful order, but it's mine and your argument that their order was not lawful.
Not
They
lawful.
didn't have the right to just take her phone without a search warrant.
Right.
And you a black woman. You are a black African American woman.
All right. Is that our property?
Oh, that was mine.
Where's the phone at?
You're black.
St. Winesburg has it.
All right, we're going this way.
You're white.
Man, the phone's already gone. Seriously.
Also kicked me in the head, so
You also, I came down here willingly because I trusted you. And look at what you're doing.
Are you willing to provide a statement or no?
What does that mean?
Are you going to talk to me
Well,
if we
wait
go
for
back?
that, buddy.
You are forcing me to.
I'm asking you if you're going to.
But you're forcing me to.
I can't force you to talk.
You're taking my items.
I'm seizing this for now. Yes.
What does that
Do
mean?
you want to provide a statement?
My detective, I need to talk to her.
I might be wrong about this, but I'm still willing to discuss it on camera here, at the risk of being wrong. A seizure is a more permanent, like, we are the government and we are seizing this property, making it ours, right? So maybe they're just using the wrong terminology. They're temporarily impounding it,
Yeah, a seizure is like you said, like you're going to be given a notice of seizure that the government wants to take your property away forever. And typically it's because you use that property in the commission of a crime. Whereas here it seems like they're still investigating whether a crime even occurred, and they want whatever the content on the phone is to help them
Yes.
with that investigation, which would not be a seizure. They need a search warrant.
Yes, and there's due process to a seizure. She's entitled to due
Correct.
process for and when the government seizes property. So maybe the officer's just using the wrong term here, but
If they seize the property too, that doesn't give them the right to like look at
Yes.
the content.
Exactly.
You still have a property interest in the content of the phone.
exactly right.
What about asking her to give a statement right now? She's entitled to Miranda. She's in custody. You're asking her questions. You're interrogating her.
Great point. Yeah, she is now in custody. Let's see.
Detective, I need to talk to her. I need an attorney present.
Okay.
I need a lawyer.
You can take her to jail.
The lesson there is if the police want to speak with you, they may tell you you're a witness. They may tell you we want to give you the opportunity to make a statement. If the police really want to come in here and you probably know what that's about, it's because you're the subject of their investigation. Just err on the side of a caution and assume that you're the subject of their investigation. Do you want to be the subject of their investigation and have all this shit happen while you're on your own, or do you want to bring an attorney with you? I mean, that if you're viewing this, is the fundamental mistake that she made. And I'm not necessarily placing blame on her, but the lesson that'll be learned from her point of view is bring a lawyer if you're going to go talk to the cops.
Placing a little blame on her. Her mom's a police officer.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah, mom should have told her.
She had some basis of knowledge that, the average Joe doesn't. Her mom definitely should have advised her to go down there, either with her
For sure.
or with an attorney.
And I mean, all of the time, you and I are contacting officers, detectives on our client's behalf. And, it's just a one-on-one conversation. And every single time that officer is like, yeah, I get it if you don't want your client to make statements. Like they may push a little bit like, no, I think it'd be really beneficial they come down. But they always end up like, yeah, I get it if you're not going to have them come down. They know that our job is to not have our client make statements. The officer knows that. And her mom's an officer.
Right.
She was aware of this.
So many times, too, they want them to come down to make a statement because they don't have enough evidence without that statement. And then the person never gets charged because they hired us.
Yes.
And
so what's the angle here? The officers want to get the phone, review it, and then use the contents of that phone in this interview with her maybe. I don't know. But it's not good. And so far, it doesn't seem like it's going to hold up.
Right.
Take me to
Where's her
jail?
property?
Whatever charges you guys have.
You have resisting and aggravated battery of a police officer.
Oh my God! Okay, I'll do the interview.
You still have the charges.
I didn't aggravate you. You
You
assaulted
kicked
me.
Okay, so relax.
Talk about your statement being coerced.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
take her to jail. Okay, I'll give a statement.
Yeah. Plainclothes officer says, do you want to make a statement? She says, no. He says, then you're going.
And she said, I want an attorney. She is in custody. That should have stopped all questioning immediately.
You're right about that. Pretty fundamental issue there. She says no, and he says she's going to jail for whatever you got. And then what it got is that Agbat PO. And resisting giving the phone, which she wasn't even under arrest. So if anything, it's obstructive.
I'm 18 years old and you assaulted me. Of course I'm aggravated. I wasn't resisting arrest. You didn't say that I was under arrest.
Yours? Is this the back to your earring?
Is this Reno 911?
She was like, ah.
Genuine ostrich. Wait, what? I'm just goofing. New boot goofing.
Are we watching a Reno 911
I gotta
video?
have time for the back to my earring right now.
So weird. Everything about this is just the opposite of what it should be.
That's because these officers are used to like arresting drunk college kids, and that's about it.
Yeah, you might be right. And I may or may not have been one of them.
I asked you to provide your phone and you refused, okay? When you
But you didn't give me a reason.
Nope. I said your phone was being seized.
You
said,
never gave me the reason.
Don't interrupt me. I said your phone was being seized.
I asked you the
I gave you
reason.
several times
I
to hand it to
trusted
me.
you. That's why I
You did not
came.
hand me your phone. Okay? Then we took your phone.
I came here
You kicked several
willingly.
officers. You're going to jail.
I kicked you out because you all were manhandling me. I couldn't move. I was
We don't
scared.
really kick police officers, but
I was scared. Hello, you would do the same thing.
Cuffs still have to be double locked if they weren't double locked back.
they weren't. Go ahead and double lock them.
Double lock them. I can't move. Are you guys serious right now? You got out of high school and you all are scaring me.
Or Kazi,
Who am I talking to?
I'm just doing paper, but
I'm not busy. I'm
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
Okay, it's not going to affect any charges they have on you.
Okay, then just.
Still pushing this interview.
What is happening right now? I came down here because I thought I was doing an interview. Why am I in cuffs?
I'd like to still interview you. That's not.
But why am I in cuffs? I'm scared. Why are you all touching me?
No, I get it. There's a lot going on here. Constitutional rights are being violated left and right.
Left and right.
So if you are confused about this at home, I'm just going to give you one word that would help right now. Lawyer. Lawyer. I want my lawyer, and then just shut up about everything else. It's not going to get you out of the handcuff, but it's going to, it should de-escalate and move on and not make this worse.
Yeah, mitigate the situation for the future.
Right. And maybe not this detective, but most other detectives would stop then requesting that you come in for this interview.
Yeah.
Why is my stuff being seized? You told me I was coming here for an interview. I came here under false pretenses. That is the case itself.
I think that's where the pause, like so many people think that the police have to tell them the truth. And
Right.
that's not the case at all.
Great point. There's no such thing as what you just said. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I came here under false pretenses. It doesn't matter.
No.
They don't have to tell you the truth as to why they're getting you to come down to the station.
There will be 3 cases filed in the morning, I promise you.
Yes or no? You want to go?
Let's go. Let's go to the cage jail, wherever we're going. I need to make a call. I get 1 call, I know that much.
Okay, I'm parking this way.
Just wait on that.
Charges for this.
No. You're resisting aggravated battery.
I resisted because you gave me no reason. You cannot search me or take my items with giving me no reason. So that you have a case for. And it wasn't aggravated assault. It's called defending myself when I feel that I'm in harm's way. And that's the situation that you put me in because I thought I was coming for an interview. And now I'm in handcuffs without a phone.
No.
I patted her down. I'll search her right now. Right here.
Yeah, I think she should have learned these police are not on her side. And when they took her to the ground, she should have stopped talking. You know,
that's true.
She hasn't really said too much, but it's not helping to keep arguing with them.
No.
They're not going to change their minds.
Right. It's true. I mean, yes, obviously it's. If the officers aren't going to de-escalate it, maybe she could, right? Just by shutting up.
Yeah.
Because, she's clearly in handcuffs now. But, again, not her fault. She's 18 years old.
Right.
Why would you lie to me?
I didn't lie to you.
You did lie
I
to
did
me
not lie to you.
multiple times. You told me he was here when we got here. You told me I was doing an interview and you would take me home. Why are you treating me like I'm a criminal? There was a fire at my house.
Correct, and that's what you were here for the interview. You said,
Yes.
So stop yelling, okay? I'm going to talk to you. You said you were here for an interview.
Right.
Our detectives come in from Bloomington. I don't know how long it takes them to get here. I
wasn't mad at you. I told you that.
I know that.
So now imagine these Bloomington officers from the town next door show up and they're there to interview. And they're like, Normal, how did you f this up so bad, right? Like, she's clearly not talking now. You've improperly, illegally seized her phone. Like, you f***ed up our investigation, you know, probably is our primary suspect.
Right.
That would not be a surprise ending to this.
No.
That's where this is headed.
Because I'm tired. I said I won't be of much help right now.
Correct. So that's why you went to the lobby. I was going to take you home.
Right.
At that point, the officer wanted your phone seized.
You didn't say that. You said he wanted my phone confiscated. You didn't give me that specific reason, ma'am.
Because you were yelling at me for about 5 minutes. So
Because
I
I wasn't understanding, and I'm asking you the same question. I asked you the same question multiple times, and you did not answer me.
Put your knees in.
You didn't answer me one time. That doesn't matter to you when I'm sitting here talking to you.
I tried to talk to you and reason with you.
You weren't reasoning with me.
And you were just
You
yelling.
were just telling me, and I'm asking you questions like a human being. And you're smiling. This is funny to you? How do you do this and you're okay with it? When do I get my call?
We're going straight to the police department, or straight to the jail right now.
And that's when I get my call?
Sure.
Why do I have on cuffs?
Because you're under arrest.
What am I under arrest for?
We told you, remember?
Aggravated assault?
Aggravated battery.
It wasn't
And resisting.
aggravated battery. It was resisted because it wasn't explained.
Okay.
You just admitted to committing resisting. Don't do that.
Those charges get dropped. You know that, right?
I don't make that determination.
Why do y'all talk to people like they're not humans when they're in cuffs?
Hey.
You said I'm still going to be handcuffed.
Right. Until we get down to the jail.
Is that when I get unhandcuffed?
Taylor Brown ended up not being charged with any crimes related to the fire or her actions at the police station. She was released from jail approximately 8 hours later, and the same day her phone was released back to her after police were unable to obtain a search warrant. Her lawsuit states that her Fourth Amendment rights were violated during the encounter. She claims that it was a false arrest and that officers did not have probable cause to believe that Taylor Brown had committed a crime at the time she was placed under arrest or any time thereafter.
Yep.
She also claims that officers used excessive force by pulling her down to the ground by her arms, applying pressure to the back of her ear, forcing a knee in her back while holding her on the ground, and applying double handcuffs to her wrists so tightly that her wrists were lacerated and bled. The lawsuit also claims that officers had reasonable opportunity to prevent one another's excessive force and unlawful seizure, but failed to do so. It claims that it was undertaken intentionally with malice, willfulness, and reckless indifference to her rights. Also claims that officers intentionally made physical contact with her without just cause and that the physical contact was offensive and harmful. She seeks, quote, an award of reasonable compensatory and punitive damages plus costs.
All right, so it was exactly like we thought the whole time. Score 1 for the defense attorneys.
I love when we know the law.
That is the thing with watching these and getting the real reaction.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't preview this ahead of time. And so we're sorting it out in real time. Like the excessive force, which we kind of talked about, but the big one for me is, what the hell were they doing trying to take the phone in the first place?
When they didn't have the right to take the phone, then everything else after that is just so egregious,
Yes.
you know? She said it too, like, all of you are okay with this. And I said that as well. Like, there's 3 officers who all think that this is okay.
Yep.
It seems like, you know, they're patrol people and they got an order from a detective who's above them in rank and said, seize the phone.
Yes.
So they just went along with it.
Yep. I think that's probably right. And then they got to the they got to the jail, started processing. Now we've got the sergeants
The chief's
involved.
on the phone.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, fuck, what did we do?
Yeah.
For sure, because they released her a few hours later with no charges.
Right.
And she does. She's got a couple 1983 claims here.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Well,
Wow.
I hope she wins.
Me too.
What's your grade for the officers involved?
All of them, especially the detective. Like, you don't know the law. You're telling people who are subordinate to you to violate the law. And then after they do that and she's in cuffs and asks for an attorney, you're still trying to ask her to make a statement.
Yep. Nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely enough. And on top of that, it's just poor policing. When you tackle a girl in the middle of the lobby, she's probably not going to want to come chat afterwards. Right? Like, that's just bad police work on top of everything you mentioned. So, Kelly, give me a grade for Taylor here in terms of how she handled herself.
I would say a B. I mean, I do really feel for her as to what happened, especially considering her being so young and everything. But I think that in retrospect, she could have done more to help herself.
Right.
You know, I think it's just better to say nothing, say less, don't argue with the police. I don't think it's going to be used against her in the civil suit by any means, but...
No, I think you're right. I'll go with a B as well. And it's really easy here to be a criminal defense attorney who's sitting in the office watching a video and pick out things that she did wrong. But you're absolutely right. She's 18 years old. I'd say the biggest misstep is showing up for arson would be a felony, right? And so showing up for that without an attorney was the biggest misstep, and it went downhill from there. But I can't really hold too much against her.
No, I am curious as to what, if any, evidence at all they had to believe that she was somehow involved in creating that fire.
Yeah, if there was, they didn't get it.
No,
they
it's
didn't
not
get it
on
from
the
the phone.
phone,
They
yeah.
didn't get it from her making statements. So interesting one here, and yeah, officers handled it very, very poorly, and unfortunately, the taxpayers in Normal, Illinois will be paying for it. It seems like. So there you have it. Kelly and I reacting to this video where this poor girl should never have even been arrested in the first place. It is a false arrest. She was taken to the ground excessively. It looks like she may have been injured, all while her mom had to listen to it from 2 hours away back in Chicago. So it's a sad situation all around, totally avoidable by the police, especially because the whole thing is predicated on an illegal search. It's just ridiculous. Never should have gotten to this. And good for this girl for filing the lawsuit. I don't know if she's going to win. I haven't looked into that. But if you want me to look into it and you want me to make the next video on that, comment below and let's see if this girl has a shot of winning her lawsuit against the Normal Police Department. Thanks for watching.